You! Yes, you behind the bike shed!
So
stand still, will ya?
We're gonna do
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Reba stick a boulder in the water. A Reba tie a cable to a tree.
She's alive! Alive!
You want to see something really scary?
A Reba babbled through the night with a lipstick perfume water to a farmer in a truck. Reba flush a fresh farm, leftover thunder in a circle. Down the pipes. Bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store.
Greetings, Greenfield and beyond. You're listening to 107.9 WMCB LP FM radio, Greenfield, Turners Falls. And this is Let It Rip with Reba.
Yeah, okay, so, all right, this is Reba Raz reporting to you, not live, from Greenfield Community Television.
I mean, I'm a little disorganized like usual, but then it wouldn't be Let It Rip if I wasn't all disorganized and stuff. You know, because they are directing energies at me and stuff.
Let's talk about the Occupy Wall Street right now, okay? Can we do that? Can I skip around with my ADHD? So they're saying we're unstoppable, and we are unstoppable. The 99% is unstoppable. So don't stop doing what you're doing. Although they took your tents and your backpacks away, we can still move on. We need to take our fight somewhere else, perhaps, like the nuclear power plants of the world, shut them down before they all kill us. Because isn't that what it's all about, extinction? Is that what we're all fighting about, is extinction? You know, we're not fighting about money, are we really? I don't think so. I think we're fighting about extinction. What I find very interesting about this movement is that the members of the Occupy Denver sent a news release to 7 News last week in Denver that they had elected a leader. That's right, they elected a leader. And the vote was a response to the Denver Mayor Michael Hancock's insistence that Occupy Denver chose leadership. Yes, and guess who they chose to lead their way? Shelby, a 3-year-old collie. Shelby the dog is now the leader of the Occupy Wall Street movement. And I think that this is a wonderful thing for all of us to start inviting animals into the movement that we feel is so important, because they must think it's important too. I mean, who are we to think that they don't think? Oh my God, the dog found his way home after 35 years. He found his way all the way home. Well, wouldn't you? You know, wouldn't you find your way home? I don't understand people thinking that way about animals. Like, oh, some drunk guy jumps in a freaking tank full of freaking spider monkeys. They beat him up and bite him. Wouldn't you? If humans caged you and stuck you in a freaking island surrounded by a moat with a bunch of freaking pink people watching you on the other side and gawking at you, taking pictures all day long, and then suddenly one stupid one falls in, you're going to drag his ass up to the freaking island and bite him too. Right? Anyway, so good for Shelby. You know, I think that we should probably start electing more animals to government positions, because they actually care about the planet, and they don't give a shit about profit, do they?
A Reba tie a cable to a tree.
Come on, everybody, let's be hypocritical bastards.
I find this very interesting. I didn't read it yet. Perhaps I should read it. The town did not receive the $9.3 million sought from the state for a 4-story parking garage on Olive Street. Well, here's my question. Why does Greenfield need a parking garage? Do we really need a parking garage? So I made a top 10 list, because it's always good to try and figure out your problems with a top 10 list. It's kind of like making a list of pros and cons. Yes, so yeah. Top 10 reasons why Greenfield needs a parking garage. Number 1, maybe it'll free up some space on Main Street. The sidewalks there are awfully crowded. They're kind of small, aren't they? Number 2, it'll help conceal Greenfield's unsightly bumper stickers. Yeah, some of them are really offensive. You know, you're walking down the street, you're just like, I don't want my kid to like ask me questions like, Mommy, what does "in search of the eternal buzz" mean? I don't know, honey. It's like, what do they mean about they can't find any place to hide their bodies? But she knows that one, actually. She knows that. She knows that answer. Number 3, you won't have to climb the Mount Everest snow piles to get out of your car in the winter anymore. Find that incredibly annoying, especially when you're carrying an oversized purse. Number 4, a new graduating class from ServiceNet just got their licenses back and they want their spaces. Number 5, the banks are sick of towing my car. Number 6, the town's clerk office is sick of rolling change. Because now our fancy meters, they accept nickels and dimes. Yay! That's good, right? And let's see, where was that? I was at number 7. Number 7, the parking garage would be awesome for skaters. Yeah. 4 stories, is it? Yeah, it's going to be 4 stories. Whatever, 4 stories. 4 stories. Isn't Northampton got 4 stories? We're always trying to be like Northampton. You ever notice that? Anyway, where was I? Number 8. Cars are more important than recreation and libraries or open spaces. Number 9. This is a good one. It will piss off the hysterical commission when we tear down the old nasty Hapco building, right? Anyway, number 10. We need something looming over the new transportation center so people on the east side can have the same sense of dread you get coming up Bank Row with that 69, 70s era brick wall prison thing looming over you. Yeah, that's number 10. Number 10. Yay!
Hey! Stop banging on the table!
Everything's mad.
You want to see something really scary?
Yeah, it's all scary news. It's all scary news. Maybe I should make a new little montage about scary news. I don't know, but I really like that one. Yay. So in scary news, transportation experts say it's time to replace or supplement fuel taxes. Drivers often forget that they pay for highway construction and maintenance through federal fuel taxes, 18.4 cents per gallon. And 22 of unleaded gasoline and 24.4 cents per gallon for diesel. The notion that the road has ever been free is sort of a self-delusion. That's not unlike Americans, is it? But because these days, if it ain't blatantly clear after the bailouts and obvious corporate raping of America, we've not only paid for our grandchildren's fuel tax, but the invading aliens from Planet Vliet's steak dinner as well. But the fuel tax is running out of steam, experts warn. We're not making enough money because more efficient vehicles are using less fuel and rising fuel prices discourage driving. As tax revenue falls and administrators have less options to steal, the nation's ability to pay for road construction and maintenance fails. And is this any indication that our leaders and experts in government-funded institutions and administrations really want to wean off of fossil fuels? I mean, they're not even thinking like, gee, maybe we should find a new way to tax something other than just make people buy more gasoline or get more money out of gasoline or whatever. So the solution, say many corporate-owned transportation experts, is to replace or supplement fuel taxes with a per-mile tax on every vehicle in America. How will they tax every vehicle? By placing devices on each car to monitor your odometer, among other things. Yes. So tax authorities want to monitor each vehicle's mileage by installing devices that would transmit data. Devices sold to drivers by private, corporate-owned, and operated companies. Unlike a fuel tax, which is somewhat hidden in the price of fuel, a device that spends your money with each tick of the odometer would be a real buzzkill for millions of road-tripping Americans heading home for the holidays or to summer vacation destinations. Not to mention a serious buzzkill for those driving to their local crack houses. So here we have yet another way the government can guilt you into thinking everything is your fault and you must pay. Here, let us place a device in your car to transmit your whereabouts, and then we'll charge you every step of the way. This should certainly help the local economy. You won't need a smartphone for them to track you anymore. All you'll need is a herding mentality and a chassis.
You son of a bitch!
Road rage, you know, we all get road rage once in a while, and if we don't get it, then we're the victim of it, right? Isn't that how it works? Yeah, I've been practicing pretty hard curbing my road rage, but man, what is up with Greenfield? Never in my life have I been more fearful of drivers than I have been living here. I mean, what's with it, people? I mean, people are constantly driving over the yellow lines, hogging your lane, and then have the nerve to flip you off like you did something wrong. Yeah, I think it has to do with the way the street grid was laid out. It's got bad chi, man. Bad chi, our street grid here in Greenfield. Whoever is responsible for the street grid in Greenfield, Massachusetts, should try riding their horse and buggy through town sometime. And when I think about who is responsible, I think of an arachnid on LSD. Yes. The streets are ridiculous, man. I've lived here off and on for over 20 years, and I still get lost. Yeah, like, oh my God. And then when in the midst of being lost, you get angry because it's just like, that's so stupid. Why is this so stupid? It really is stupid. You know, and they put a new street light system in, and it only made everything worse. Granted, they got rid of the confusing sign on Main Street that read, "No turn on red arrow." People always seem to think this meant don't turn ever. But now we don't even have the option. So then you have a whole cluster muck of crossroads all over the place. And if that wasn't bad enough, now they're putting turning lanes in right at crosswalks. So if you're turning left on Federal Street, the guy passing you on the right can run over whatever pedestrian is crossing because you're the spiffy blind spot. And what is it with people blocking streets and entryways to driveways? What is up with that? Where did you get your license? You know, that's against the law. That is not a part of the rule book, hey. Oh, yeah, maybe you got your license at a federally funded and regulated institution. I get it. But just in case you forgot, regardless of traffic buildup or how impatient you are not allowed to block other roads or entryways. So if someone is honking behind you and passes you to turn, don't get all pissy because it's your fault. You're the dick, not me. People hate it when we put mirrors in their face. Have you ever noticed that? No, don't stick that in my fist. Don't tell me it's my fault. I don't want to know. I don't want to be responsible or accountable for any of the things I do. I just want to do them. Be in denial. Yes. So, I don't know. We have some of the worst weather here in the Northeast, yet for some reason, our DMV can't seem to paint the roads. They can't paint the freaking roads in a way that everybody can actually see them. Some roads don't even have lines. And it's no wonder people are driving down the middle of the road. You know, and all those baby boomers with failing eyesight, man, they get frustrated too. It's like, so I'm driving down the middle of the road. It's the only line I can see. I can't see the lines on the side because they're all covered with leaves and dead squirrels and stuff. God. So America's in the height of an obesity problem, yet instead of investing in more sidewalks and bike paths, we're more concerned with parking. Because it's more important to stimulate our local economy with parking for shoppers than address a more radical approach to solving America's obesity issues. And we've already realized that no one really wants to take public transportation. Who wants to take public transportation? Ugh, God, man. People smell. You have to make eye contact. Ugh, God. You have to handle change. I mean, how ironic is it to put a parking garage next to a transportation center? You know? Isn't public transportation supposed to eliminate the need for more cars? But thankfully, with or without a federally funded parking garage, Greenfield will find a way to build it. Perhaps more rich yuppies from the city will find a pet project in it. Maybe. I don't know.
Stop complaining. Stop grumbling. Stop crying.
See, they're hitting me with their direct energy weapons, you guys. I'm telling you what. They know I'm talking smack about the government. See, the direct energy weapons. They know I'm talking smack, so they're hitting me with shit, hey. Telling you what.
Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. That could be it. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. But you know who I think needs to be running for president is that Bernie Sanders up there in Vermont. What a guy. Oh my goddess. That man is amazing. He gets me so fired up every time I listen to one of his rants. I am so fired up. He is incredible. I love him. And, you know, if I wasn't being, you know, my brain wiped out by direct energy weapons, then I probably would have a clip of his right now in front of me, but I don't.
They're going to get me, man. They're going to get me.
Yeah, so, you know, I used to pick a hottie of the week. Actually, I think I only picked a hottie of the week twice. And I failed miserably to find a hottie of the week because I live in Western Massachusetts where the hotties are either married, drunk, or gay. Right. And so in the spirit of judging people in my own twisted way, today I am calling out my local hero of the week. Dun, da, 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 Scott Schmidt. That's right, from Dakin Animal Shelter. He is an awesome man. And my daughter decided his name is Cat God. Cat God. Scott Schmidt is the Cat God Hottie of the Week. You can find him running at the Dakin Animal Shelter and dedicating his life to critters. Yes, and to helping the people who dedicate their lives to critters. Or perhaps maybe you'll find him roller derbying or skating somewhere. Or even singing karaoke, because I hear he does that really well as well. I think I want to stalk him with a camera, because it would be fun to put together some. He's so diverse, and he hangs out with animals all day. He's got awesome kitties and an awesome doggy. I think he's got an awesome wife, and he's got roller skates, and he what else? Oh yeah, he sings karaoke. So that's like a perfect reality show right there. Scott, dude, we need to make a reality show about you. For real, my local hero. So he's devoted his life to animals and critters and stuff, and he really helped me out the other night. My little kitty Gator Grim was having a hard time peeing, and it was terrible. But anyway, he helped me solve the problem without spending thousands of dollars on vet bills. Yeah. So, yay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And, you know, so we went up there to the Dakin Animal Shelter, me and my daughter did the other day, and they have the cutest, big-headed, blue-eyed pit bull puppy ever. Oh, he's so cute. His little sister is really adorable, too. But this guy, man, he had, like, the freakishly huge head. Yeah, it's really funny. Awesome. So anyway, if you got nothing else to do with your money, or even if you do think that you have something to do with your money, then you know, give it to the Dakin Animal Shelter or a shelter near you. Because, you know, the other night I was freaking out. I was crying. I thought my cat was going to die. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was up all night working on stuff. And he started having these problems. And so I started looking online and I started making some phone calls. And everybody that I talked to on the phone was like, well, there's all kinds of programs, you know, all kinds of foundations and nonprofit groups that have money they'll give you to help you with your vet pills, blah, blah, blah. Well, I looked at maybe 13, 14 websites of these nonprofit groups that have all gone under. None of them have any money. I wrote to like 5 of them that didn't have it posted on their site. We don't have any more money, don't ask. And the 5 that I wrote to all wrote back immediately saying, I'm really sorry, we don't have any money. We have no resources to help you. Yeah. So all you rich bastards out there who's got too much money, you don't need all that money. You know, there's people out there who need, you know, $1,000 to save their beloved animal. You know, so donate to save the animals, because without critters on this planet, man, God, can you imagine not having any critters on this planet and just having nothing but mouth-breathing humans? That would so freaking suck.
Yeah, so that's local news. Yippee. I found out some very interesting things the other day. Well, I'm not done with the Occupy Wall Street. Let's do Occupy Wall Street. One of the amazing things, see, I've been kind of like one of those little bitchy, fussy, wannabe hippie, but not really kind of people about the Occupy Wall Street movement. And granted, I'm all for the movement. I'm tired of corporate greed and political greed and, you know, just kind of like having intercourse with each other constantly. Isn't that what they're doing? I mean, they're a bunch of butt buddies that pay each other back and forth, and then they print money when they want more money, and then they rip us off, and anyway. I'm all for the Occupy Wall Street movement. So when I say that you guys need to pack up and maybe go home and do something else, I mean, I'm with you. Yes, if that makes any sense. Because my theory is that the police and all of the civil servants that are there working to overtime, with these Occupy Wall Street protests, they're our friends. They're part of the 99%. They're our friends. And if we're going to win against corporate greed and the disgustingness of all the stuff we're fighting for, we're going to need the police and we're going to need the military on our side, right? So you need to be nice to them. Even if they're being a-holes, you need to be nice, okay? And the reason why I have not gone to protest yet is because I don't want to get arrested, and getting maced in the face really sucks. So I'm going to stay home and just be obnoxious and high and mighty here at GCTV. Yeah. So one of the amazing things that the Occupy Wall Street movement is doing that is very, very exciting is the 99% declaration. And so next July 4th, 2012, they will be convening in Philadelphia for a declaration of their grievances, where they will elect 2 delegates, 1 male, 1 female, by direct vote from each of the existing 435 congressional seats. I think this is really great news. I just wish they would do it now. Like we can't wait. I don't think we could really wait. And I'm not going to read all this. If you're interested in the 99% declaration, Google it.
Okay. I'm not going to stutter anymore. I've decided I'm going to will myself not to stutter. But do you ever think that, with all these crazy things that are going on in the world, and if all of these stories are true, these so-called conspiracy theories are true, then there's got to be an evil little magician somewhere. Not magician, a scientist. Like, all the evil scientists that are depicted in comic books and cartoons and movies and stuff. It's true. There's evil scientists out there screwing with stuff.
They've been using this weapon against us for many years, and they're using it right now, bombarding us with SSS waves. 2 means of attack are chemtrails, yes, chemtrails, and HDTV sets, like the one I'm looking at right now. Maybe the one you're looking at right now. So, yeah, we're in this together, man. Right on. So chemtrails sow the sky with metallic particles, and this is all, if you think that Reba is crazy conspiracy theory, Reba, Google it, do some research. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. There's meteorologists out there, there's scientists, there's ex-government workers, there's current government workers, there's hundreds of thousands of people out there who will tell you that yes, indeed, they are spraying stuff in the sky that is not good for anybody or anything.
That's true. So get a pad of paper and take some notes on this, because this subject affects us all. It affects every single living thing on the face of this planet.
But they can actually clip a brainwave from a disturbed individual and copy and paste it into a program and then beam it out via these huge antennas and affect masses of people. And if you remember, when was it? It was March last year or something. I'm getting dry mouth talking about this scary stuff. What was it last year? I think March 2010 or something like that. In China, there were several attacks within 120 days of in a 120-day period of time. Several attacks by the same age group of man who had the same psychotic issues in the past, and they did the same thing. They went into elementary schools with machetes, and they hacked up children and teachers. All different guys, different parts of the country, all did the same thing. Didn't know each other, nothing. So anyway, that is part of what's going on here with the HARP frequencies and the brain entrainment programs that they have, and they've been testing on us. Yay. Isn't that exciting? So anyway, it is possible, and it's tempting. We've quoted several world leaders talking about this issue. Gordon J.F. MacDonald, a geophysicist specializing in problems of warfare, has written that timed, artificially excited electronic strokes could lead to a pattern of oscillations that produce relatively high power levels over certain regions of the Earth. In this way, one could develop a system that would seriously impair the brain performance of very large populations in selected regions over an extended period of time. Pretty scary, huh? So what do we know of? Anything in particular come to mind when you think about something like this taking place on Earth? How about, was it Operation Desert Storm, when a couple 100,000 Iraqi individuals threw their guns down and begged the United States military to take them. Take us. We give up. Now, this is an army of Iraqi soldiers who have been busting ass for 8 or more years fighting with Iran. Whatever. Why would they surrender? Why would they surrender? Just like that, without a fight.
Well, you're definitely going to want to get a copper helmet after you hear all this. But yeah, secret Pentagon psychotronics technology known as silent sound spread spectrum has been fully operational since the early 1990s. Yeah. Imagine this sci-fi scenario. A futuristic scientific dictatorship uses electromagnetic waves to control the minds of the masses, locking them into a sub-reality of negative moods and distorted thought. Scary idea, isn't it? Only this is not fiction. This weapon is being used as we speak. And 2 means of attack are chemtrails and HDTV sets. And get this, your snazzy mercury-laced light bulbs that are supposed to save the planet. Cha! That was just a big hoax. And we all bought into it. We all rushed out and bought those expensive freaking light bulbs that gave us all headaches. We didn't know where they came from.
And that's why I'm so freaked out right now, because these freaking lights are pointed at me and they're transmitting evil radio waves. Seriously, this stuff is real.
Well, you know what I did the other night? I removed every single one of them from my house and put back the fancy, nice old-fashioned filament light bulbs. And not only do I feel better, but I can tell my cats feel better too. My kid feels better. We all just feel better. Yeah. It's amazing. So light bulbs, fluorescent light bulbs, CFLs, and many LEDs emit all sorts of dirty electricity, and I'll get into that here in a moment. But the mind control possibilities of HDTV are revealed in a U.S. patent. That's right, U.S. patent from 2002 titled Nervous System Manipulation by EM Fields from Monitors.
Put your tinfoil hat on, Reba. Put your tinfoil hat on, Reba. You screw you and your tinfoil hat. It's not, tinfoil doesn't do squat. It's copper. You need to build a Faraday helmet, Faraday cage. That's how you block out the frequencies. That's true.
Let me repeat that. The mind control possibilities of HDTV are revealed in U.S. patent from 2002 titled Nervous System Manipulation by EM Fields from Monitors. So before you start saying, oh, Reba, I believe in all this cockapoo, I can't believe this crap, oh my God, why don't you just put on a tinfoil hat, blah, blah, blah. Before you go saying that, go do your research. I did. And so the military spent billions on HARP stations all over the world, as well as Gwen towers. Yep. And now HARP, you need to look that up if you don't know about HARP.
It's like there's the crazy scientist ruling the world like an underdog or something. You remember that guy?
So whatever. Yeah, so you need to look it up and educate yourself on these things, because there's nothing more important. The only other thing on this planet more important than stopping this evil agenda is shutting down all the world's nuclear power plants. This is as important, if not more important, than shutting down nuclear power plants. So listen up and do your research if you don't believe me.
Then there's the crazy scientist from Bugs Bunny. He's always trying to rule the world too. There's always crazy scientists trying to rule the world. I don't understand. Why can't you guys just let it be? Let it be. What's the matter with it the way it is? Why you got to change it, make it, ruin it, kill everybody? What fun is that? It can't be any fun.
So these towers create and send SSSS pulses, the silent sound spectrum pulses, that numb us with sensations of uneasiness, depression, and foreboding, or whatever their creepy mad scientists feel like playing with that day.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of creepy. Very, very creepy.
Mm-hmm. Geopolitical strategist, whatever, Zigadudabudu Benaziniski, Zbigniew Brzezinski spoke of numbing the public with SSSS waves in his book Between Two Ages. He says, it may be possible and tempting to exploit for strategic political purposes the fruits of research on the brain and on human behavior. And then Gordon J.F. MacDonald, a geophysicist specializing in problems of warfare, has written that timed artificially excited electronic strokes could lead to a pattern of excitation that produce relatively high power levels in people. Yeah.
Yeah, so the SSS waves are now being beamed into living rooms through HD television sets. The real reason Obama is signing laws to subsidize the public and TV channels making the switch to HD. You ever wonder about that? What did you think about that? If you have a high definition computer monitor, high definition television set, or just a regular old analog television set with a cable box on it, you're screwed. They're going to get you. They're going to get you. What do they call it? The CFLs, lights, they actually carry radio frequencies. So the same frequencies that they're emitting with the SSSS technology that can be transmitted through your HD television set, through your monitor, through your iPhone, can be transmitted through your freaking lights. Yeah. Now, if that ain't invasive, no idea. I do have an idea. So anyway, last night, and it just dawned on me, right? So I started Googling. I was like, oh, I got to find out about this. You know, because I'm constantly trying to figure out what's wrong with me. You know, if it's not freaking brain bugs or mercury in my mouth or candida yeast overgrowth or, you know, freaking schizophrenia or something, then there's something else. If it's not all that, it's got to be something else. So naturally, I'm going to blame the government and their direct energy weapons. Yep. So I took out all of my fluorescent lights and replaced them with the good old-fashioned old light bulbs. And you know what's really cool about the good old-fashioned light bulbs is that there was this dude. It wasn't Thomas Edison. It was the guy that came after him. And I could find that real quick and give you his name. Nah. His light bulb is still burning 109 years later. Yeah, 109 years. This light bulb is still burning.
Considering the nefarious agenda of the silent sound spectrum, think of your electromagnetic sensitivity. Whether you realize it or not, your body is affected on many levels by the radio, microwaves, and sound waves permeating the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Okay, so, so...
We're all sensitive to electromagnetic frequencies. Some are more than others, but it affects all of us. EMF sensitivity is an illness caused by radiation emitted from cell phones, microwaves, or cell phone towers, radar, satellite, infrared, Wi-Fi, GPS, RFID tags, computers, power lines, and other electrical equipment. Pretty much everything that you plug into the wall is emitting some type of electromagnetic frequency. And then when you have fluorescent light bulbs and HD monitors and cell phones that grabs this frequency and turns it into dirty electricity, and it kind of scrambles all the frequencies around, causing people to go nuts. I mean, think about it. So look it up, okay, because I can't explain it. I'm going to end up biting my tongue and stuttering, and then I'm going to have to blame you. So anyway, moving on. So in this technology advanced age that we live in, we're living, you know, we haven't had time. You know, there has been no time to discover or observe the effects of cell phones, cell phone towers, microwave ovens, wireless internet, or even the lights in our homes. Everything that draws power from an electrical source emits electromagnetic frequencies. So just turn on a fluorescent light. Can you feel it? Can you tell? I can tell the difference between a fluorescent light and other lights. And, you know, some of those fluorescent lights make noise. And not only do they make noise, but they're full of mercury. If you break one, you've got a hazmat situation on your hands. Well, how is that good for the environment?
So, you know, you have to wonder when the government is in a hurry to do anything, because, you know, we've been whining for years now about, you know, the imbalance of government, the imbalance of money, the imbalance of all that stuff. And they just drag their feet, they pussyfoot around, because it doesn't benefit them if they actually do something good for the people. What is good for big government and the corporate conglomerate that's ruling the world right now is if we are brain dead, we continue to give them all of our money in every way, shape, and form, whether that be buying their GMO foods, whether that be being sick and eating all their pharmaceuticals, or whatever the case may be. Just being brain dead, like, okay, lay belly up, let them take our Social Security. Okay. Then that benefits them more. So if you ask yourself, why would they do this? That is why they would do it. Because if they can control an entire population of people, hey man, that's a win-win. You know, if you were an evil scientist, wouldn't you want to frickin' control a whole population of people? That would be awesome. So the silent sound spread spectrum, SSSS, also known as SQUAD, emits electromagnetic waves outside of our hearing range. Very interesting. As our brain is an electrically meditated organ, these waves disrupt our consciousness. Yep. They can also set our moods. Scientists can isolate the particular brainwave pattern that occurs when we feel, say, apathy or depression. Pretty much any feeling, they can decide what kind of mood you're going to have. So record it and duplicate it in a track. This is what I was talking about, you know, the tracks that you can clip a sound wave and put it into the software and then send it out over low frequency waves and influence people, many, many people. So a track can then be emitted, provoking that emotional state in the unsuspecting individual. While most people would find the existence of this technology absurd, it is at least 70 years old. It was first mentioned by the originator of cybernetics, Norbert Wiener. What the kind of name is that? Norbert Wiener. You know, I'd be an evil bastard too if somebody named me Norbert Wiener. God, I need my mean jar. Do I need my mean jar? I should probably have my mean jar. Good Lord. Okay, so anyway, excuse my language. We'll bleep that. Oh, Lord.
No cursing.
I don't know what that means.
No cursing.
No cursing?
No cursing.
Fucking curse if I fucking curse. I'm fucking editing this fucking thing. I'll fucking curse if I fucking want to curse. Fucking curse?
No, you can't.
I fucking curse. Curtsy? Oh, yeah, curtsy. Let me see you curtsy, Omar. Oh, Jesus. Dude, I'm going to go get my shovel out of the trunk of my car, and you're going to get the first shovel beating I've done since I was arrested a few years ago. Blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So CIA informed him that he had a room full of files on electromagnetic and related techniques to alter behavior and stimulate the brain. The agency refused to release the papers, and they remained classified. Interesting. What a transparent government we have. And the really cool thing about all this is that our tax dollars are paying for all of it. Yeah, yay for them. You know, it's like when you think about it, it's like, okay, well, we're the 99%, and we're the 99%. We're the majority of the people on the planet, and our voice means something. Our money means something. Well, you got to think about it from their end once in a while too. You know, it's like, God, they think that they're awesome. Look what they've done. You know, look what they've done. They've fooled us for how many years? You know, and they've raped and violated every ounce, every part of this whole entire world, and now they're entering into our living rooms via HD televisions. They're brain and training our children in school with electromagnetic energies and putting antennas on school buildings. That's a whole nother freaking topic. I don't even want to get into that. I don't get off topic. Let's tie this up, please, before freaking Omar comes in here again. We need to be vigilant. We can't let them get away with this anymore. I mean, haven't you ever seen Underdog? Jimmy, I know you've seen Underdog. Sue, you've seen Underdog. Underdog, right? Here I come to save the day. I know I don't look like Underdog, but, you know, there's a lot of people out there who really, really want to emanate Underdog, you know, and save the world from the evil scientists and rich, gross people that think that they've got it made. They don't. I don't know about you, but angry mob and 99%ers, I wouldn't want them on my doorstep. No.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just pretend I do.
Okay, so while these energy waves are not instantly fatal, they do cause all kinds of problems in negative moods and distort your thinking. They can cause headaches, ringing in your ears, all kinds of problems. They weaken our minds and initiative and our motivation to do anything. You know, something that was I was thinking about during all of the revolutions that were going on around the world this past spring and summer. It's like, God, you know, when is America going to say enough is enough? When are we going to say enough is enough? And finally we did. But not all of us are out there yet. Not all of us get it yet. And why did it take us so long? You know, why? I mean, back during the storming of the Bastille, we would not have put up with this at all. You know, their heads would have been rolling, you know, during the Bush administration. They would never have gotten away with what they got away with. And yet Americans just keep paying their bills and paying their taxes and paying their freaking interest rates. And then you sit back and you wonder what happened. Oh, man, how dare they? Oh, that is better. Wow. No, that was not a call for you to come in here. Bunny will eat you. I won't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me. No, is that mean? Was that mean? That was mean. Mean.
I didn't do anything! Don't tase me, bro! Don't tase me!
What happened? Oh, man, how dare they?
Rage Against the Machine, killing in the name of, and that was edited by me, Reba. Yep, I had to take out all the caca F words, due to FCC regulations. So, yeah, gunshots are acceptable. The sound of death and destruction is acceptable, but the F word is not.
Is there anything you could do to protect yourself against aliens?
You know, we're all tired of being lied to. We're all tired of being screwed over and robbed by the corporate political conglomerate that is virtually everything that we rely on around us, you know, and that's oppressing us. It's anyway, I don't want to get into that.
I shouldn't have to try and prove myself all the time, you know? God.
I feel that I'm a part of the awakening. I'm a part of the movement to wake people to the truth, and that's taking place on Wall Street with the protesters. It's taking place everywhere. People are waking up to the truth. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'm tired of getting raped.
I hear that's a lot of fun.
But, you know, I'm a part of the movement, and I'm hoping you are as well. You know, in any way that you can participate, seek the truth and speak the truth and stand for the truth. The truth about everything, because we've been deceived about virtually everything. For the sake of getting along or not rocking the boat or protecting your materialistic way of life, you know, we've allowed the lies and deception to tell our stories, to dictate our daily lives, to take our money, deplete our resources, and to make us sick. You know, in this day, perhaps now, white people can truly understand the plight of American Indians, because since white man has finished up annihilating all indigenous peoples and resources, he consumes his own.
Blobbity, 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 blah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in with Reba Raz at GCTV.
Reba stick a boulder in the water. A Reba tie a cable to a tree.
She's alive! Alive!
You want to see something really scary?
A Reba babbled through the night with a lipstick perfume water to a farmer in a truck. Reba flush a fresh farm, left over thunder in a circle. Down the pipes. Bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store.
All right, yeah.